Are you looking for the world's tastiest, easiest, and healthiest tofu scramble ever? Well, then you're gonna wanna check this one out. Let's do it. Hey everybody, this is Dylan. The #1 trick for getting healthy and staying healthy is obviously following a plant-based diet free of all the added junk like oil and a ton of salt and sugar. But it's more than just that. You've got to make that diet really, really easy to adhere to. Look at these ingredients for this tofu scramble. It is so simple. This has been like our most popular recipe lately. Everybody's loving this tofu scramble. It's got the tofu, of course. It's got some potato and bell pepper, and we'll serve it up with a little lettuce on a tortilla. You're gonna love it. Anybody can chop a couple of things. This is all we're chopping really, is a little bit of bell pepper and a potato. Give me a break. You can handle that. That's simple. It's like a blank canvas though. You can do whatever. You could throw in some chopped broccoli, any of the leftover veggies in your fridge. The sky's the limit. Enough talk. Let's get to scrambling. Come on in. This is like the fastest, simplest recipe. Check this out. I've got a block of extra firm tofu. I've just drained it. I haven't pressed it or anything. And I'm just gonna crumble this thing in. We're scrambling. It's called scrambling.
You're scrambling with your hands?
You can use a potato masher if you want to be all dignified, but I just scramble by hand, okay? You just squeeze it between your fingers, get all the clumps out. It's that simple. Just squeezy, wheezy, wheeze. We're scrambling here.
I mean, what does the verb to scramble really even mean?
Well, in the traditional sense, it's not what we just did, but we don't need to go there, Reeves. Let's get on with this thing. Next up, I'm throwing in a can of pinto beans. You could use black beans, white beans, whatever bean you like. I've rinsed it, I've drained it, I'm throwing it in. No need to scramble further, just be patient. Now we gotta do a little chopping. I feel like one entire bell pepper would be too much. I had some leftover bell pepper in the fridge. Perfect. You could throw in some chopped up zucchini in here. I was saying earlier broccoli, but let's just chop up this bell pepper. We're gonna thinly slice the bell pepper, dice it up pretty small, doesn't have to be too small, whatever you prefer.
Still, you even entertained the idea of a jalapeno this morning.
Ooh, a jalapeno would be delicious in here. Any kind of pepper, whatever you fancy, get it in there, chop it up. You can chop it as small as you want. This is gonna cook just fine. We're only gonna have this in the oven for 20 minutes, but the pepper should be good.
So people are gonna see the tofu and beans and say, oh, it's a high protein meal.
I guess it is a high protein meal. This is your protein scramble, whatever you wanna call it. I don't really get fixated on the protein thing, but there is tofu and beans, and we're gonna do some potato, so it's even starchy with the beans. It's a starchy, proteiny meal.
But isn't every meal you make starchy and proteiny?
It sure is. I've got a pretty big gold potato here. I feel like it might be a lot. Let's find out. I cut it in half so I have a nice flat surface and it's not going all over the place. And then let's just slice this into thin patties, okay? We want our potatoes to be pretty small. If the potato goes in too big, it's not gonna cook through like everything else that's in here. So we're gonna strip this into nice little bits of potato. Look at that, nice and small, boom. And now we've got almost minced potato, just nice and little. Now we know that in 20 minutes in the oven, this is definitely gonna get cooked through. Looking pretty good, what do you think of that? If it's a regular sized potato that you're working with, I think you could use one whole potato. I like the gold because I don't have to skin it. I wouldn't want the russet peel in here, but everybody's different. Okay, I think that's plenty of potato. So we're just going with half of that potato. It was a big potato. We are looking gorgeous. Now it's time to add a little bit of flavor, you know what I mean? I've got some Well Your World non-fortified nutritional yeast. You can use whatever nutritional yeast you want, but mine is the best. Get it in there. By the way, the recipe is down below. There's a link to the blog. The recipe for all the numbers here will be in there. We've got some onion powder going in, some garlic powder going in. Of course, you could chop an onion. You could like take a red onion and mince it real nice and small, kind of like we did with the potatoes, and throw that in. Onion powder is really easy though. Turmeric is gonna give it that nice orange flavor, kind of like scramble the eggs. Ugh, I don't even like using that word on this channel.
I didn't know that orange was a flavor.
Orange is a flavor. Here's a little more color. This is our Well Your World chili lime. You don't have to use the chili lime. We just like a little chili. You could put a little paprika or chili pepper in there, but I really love the chili lime in this. It's just about a half teaspoon or so. You can leave it out if you don't have it. A little black pepper too is a nice touch. Throw in that black pepper. And now here is an ingredient that is optional. This is that black salt, kala namak. It gives it a little bit of a sulfury flavor. This is kind of a really characteristic salt for doing tofu scrambles. You can leave it out if you're avoiding salt altogether, throwing it in here. And now it's just a matter of stirring it up. Let's mix all this beautiful stuff together.
Surprised you're not using your hands.
You couldn't use your hands for this, but I already got my hands dirty for the scramble part. Get all of those delicious flavors well combined in here, and then we're just gonna spread Spread it out on the baking sheet and throw it in the oven. Oh boy, it looks like I am gonna be using my hands one more time, eh, Reeves? Spread it out nice and even.
Wow, aren't sheet pan meals the best?
Sheet pan meals are the best. It wasn't on my radar until earlier this year. We did a whole cooking show of various sheet pan meals, and this was one of them. I've just put some parchment on here so it's nice and clean, because I don't clean my sheet pans very well. I just rely on the parchment paper.
No, you don't. Look at them.
Yeah, this one's probably 20 years old. Why would you ever invest in new sheet pans? Just throw on some parchment paper. Boom. Okay, I've got a nice hot 400-degree oven. It's only gonna take like 15-20 minutes in here, and it's gonna be perfect. We'll be right back. It's been 20 minutes. I'm gonna throw in some tortillas. These are just plain old corn tortillas. I'm just gonna throw them right on top.
Oh, what?
Whatever. Just give them a minute or two to heat up, because no one likes a room temperature tortilla. They like break apart. You know what I'm talking about. 2 minutes. It's scramble time. Our tortillas are curling up. Oh, look at that. Let's chop up a little bit of romaine. I'm just gonna chop it nice and small, and we'll sprinkle it on top. We'll make a little tofu scramble taco. How do you like that?
I was thinking about tofu scramble nachos.
Oh, that would be good. Well, here's the thing. This is very forgiving on time. The longer you go in here, it's not like gonna burn. It just crisps up and it gets a little drier, and the flavors get more concentrated. It gets a little chewier, which is really nice texture. So you can go for like 25 minutes if you want to. Don't be afraid to experiment. Let's make a little tofu scramble taco, shall we?
I love how it gets like burned and crispy a little bit.
Yeah.
A little crunchy.
A little bit of lettuce there. How about that? Ooh, we got a little bit of salsa. Pick your favorite salsa. A little dollop on there goes a long way. Now we got ourselves a taco. What do you think? A little fajita.
Looks good.
Have a taste. It's absolutely perfect. I mean, this is so good, and it's so easy to make for breakfast, during the week, on the weekends, whatever. Make a tofu scramble.
I'm gonna say the only mistake you made was not making 2 pans to keep in the fridge.
Boom. Double it up. Use the whole bell pepper, use the whole potato, and make 2 sheet pans. Then you got leftovers. Good call, Reeves. I screwed up.
Oh, you're gonna make me one?
Yeah, heck yeah. A little scramble on that tortilla. We'll get on the salsa just like that. Sprinkle on some lechuga, crunchy water. Get that on there.
What about some arugula?
What? Never heard of her before. That would be delicious on top of
Yeah, that would be really good.
this. That'd be great. Reeves, get over here and taste this.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait to dig in.
Dig right on it.
I just love how brown and crispy it gets. It looks so delicious. This is the best way to cook tofu scramble. New favorite way. What did this take? 5 minutes to prep, 20 minutes to cook? No excuses to make your loved one breakfast every morning.
Wow.
Talking to you, Dill.
I hint received. Get the recipe right down below for this one. You're gonna wanna try it right away, and click right here for more videos just like this. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.